Welcome to part 2 of Our Birds in the Tree by Johanna. Bashford, The Magical Jungle. We are going to be working with castle art pencils today. I have some people that have castle art and they would like me to use them today, or I said I would. So we are going to start out with working on this branch. We're going to finish this branch in here and get that done. I've already done this bottom part. I've put in some oranges to bring the flowers over from the other page, and I just had fun. I just used every color of greens that I could mix and match, and I still need to do a little shading, but I've got them colored in. And I worked on these because I wanted to bring some more orange over, and so that's what I did. Whoops. Move some of my jars around. I do not want to knock them off and play 51 pickup. Could be a lot more than that. So we're going to work on the branch here. Coming through here in case you missed the first one. So the branches are really pretty easy. So you're going to take your darkest brown, and which will be, and remember, look at the tips. Don't look at these are not correct. They give you an idea, but if you'll look at the tips of your pencils, you will see which one is the lightest, which one's the darkest. And we want to put the first layer down, not with sepia, because that's the one we're going to use, the darkest, but we're going to use this one here. This is our raw umber. So all I'm going to do, let's find the end of this thing. I'm just going to start pulling. And you can make it darker, lighter, just so you have 3 shades. You know, this goes back to doing gold or silver. You need 3 shades, a dark, a light, and a medium. So right here in the arches of these trees, it's always the darkest, and we'll come back with sepia and we're going to fill that in a little more. So we can't see the bottom of this tree, so we're just going to come in here, and here's another little branch. Just make it dark, just like that. We're just trying to get some color down, and I want you to just start making little marks. We want this tree to show bark. And then we're going to come back in and we're going to color it with our medium color when we're all done. And we want to go up about that far. Now let's bring in our second medium color, and I'm going to use cinnamon, and I'm going to come back into all of this, and this is kind of a reddish color. So I'm going to come down into here. And this is where my little branch is coming together. And we can erase if we go over his feet too much. And we want to color it right up to almost the top now. Because the very top is going to be our lightest, because that's where the sun is going to hit it. And this is just one way. There's many ways to make bark. And this one I'm just trying to just make it look like it's got a little bark on it. It adds to it. So we do want to fill in the bottom, because remember we left spaces. And so it's just gonna make it pretty. You don't have to get every single spot, because we'll go over it again with our lighter color. So we're actually the very top when we get done. Let's see, is that a little piece? It is. Okay. I'm just a little bit into those. When we get all done, we'll come in with some white and just give it a little bit of a light color. Okay, so now let's come in with our, I'm not going to use that one. We're going to use the yellow ochre light. And I'm just going to go across the top. Just like that for now. Just fill that in. Any place at the top that you've left a spot, let's fill it in. And if we get out of line, we're going to have to come back and erase it. So let's just enjoy our little ride here. We get it all? All right, so now let's start all over again. Let's come back and again, I'm just giving it a little like that and lifting up my pencil. Unless it's really close. So I'm just bringing that color all the way to the bottom and across like that. We're just filling in every little spot, all the spots now, every single spot now. It's a Saturday morning and it's just time to color. Or whatever day it is that you watch it. We're just going to relax and enjoy our coloring today. Okay, I think we got it all. So now, I have the white, but this white is almost not good. So I'm pulling out a French gray out of my Prismacolors. And you can use white, you can use any color you want that's lighter. And all I'm doing is going right across the very top, just to give it a little highlight. And I am pressing hard so that it will give it a little impression of being a different color. And just like that. And our branch is colored. You can play with it a little more if you want. It's up to you. Now let's take our sepia. I almost forgot that one. Your darkest color. And right in this little area, we're just going to give it a little darker, and underneath, we're just going back and forth on the very bottom of this branch. We want and you can just do your little markings. And then right in here, let's see, right there. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now, let's take our eraser and clean up anything that got out of line. It just gives it a nice, clean look when you're all done. And as I usually say, do it while you got those colors fresh in your mind, because if you do it later on and you accidentally erase part of what you just did, you may not remember what color you were using. I went over my little flower here too. I'm going to get rid of that. Right there. And if you miss a little here and there, it's okay. Okay. So now, let's work on just some of these leaves up here. These will do the same as these, but I think these, we're going to say, they're going to be a little more green. And let's start up here. And I'm using cadmium green pale 112. So if you're using prism or another color, just find a green that's close. It's lighter than an olive green. It's really a pretty green. I like this color. I'm just going to fill in all these little doodads that she left us to fill in. And give them a good little coat so that stands out good. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. So this one, I think I'm going to make this color. And I'm just going to come down the center and give it a good heavy coat. Like that. And then lighten up on the outsides. Just like that. can give it a little heavier on the edge. Leave the center alone. And you will have your highlights like that. Okay? So let's do this big one the same way. I'm just going to keep going over it until it's like that. So it's nice and heavy. Then I'm just going to color it in with just a light touch. This pretty green. It's cadmium green pale. I like that. You get your favorite colors in every group of pencils that you have, and it's like, I love this color, and then you get to the next one and you color with something different, and it's like, I don't have that color and I love it. So one of the very wonderful ladies on here that has 10,000 pencils said she was pulling all of her colors. She didn't care what brand they were. Pencils that she really liked, and start a separate case. She says, I mix my colors. I thought, okay. Or not her colors, but her pencils. So that's what I thought. I thought, half the time I don't know which brand I've used. I can't tell by just looking at them. Once in a while, you'll find two different brand pencils that aren't blending well together. But other than that, and sometimes pencil brands that don't blend well really blend well with another brand. See? So you're just leaving the white part. So that makes it pretty. All right, so now 1, 2, 3. We need to put some, I think we're going to do this one too. And maybe we'll just do the outer edge like that. Okay, where's my brush? Sometimes I brush it and get it on the lower part of my paper, and then I've got it everywhere. All right, what color do we want to bring up here? I think we've been doing a lot of these lighter, how about this mint green? Let's try that. So I'm going to go right up in that. I'm going to leave some of this very light in there too. But on these edges, in this other green, I'm just going over and over it to just kind of turn the color a different color. Until you brush away all the crumbs. Like that. And we're going to leave it like that. Okay? So now let's do the same with these up here, we're just going to fill them in. Just nice and light, just filling them in like that. I realized last night that two of the ladies that I listened to in the beginning I thought were the same lady, because their voices are pretty much are close to being the same. Now I really realize they're not even the same lady. You know, you just sometimes don't pay attention. Especially when you first start watching all these. Anything I want to learn, I learn on YouTube. Some people are like, you can do anything because you are always on YouTube. You know everything. I don't know everything. One time my car air conditioner wasn't working and I watched. Yes, this old lady worked on her air conditioner for her car from a YouTube video. How about that? Started out with a friend of mine, and she watched one, and she works on her car too. And we got it to working for a while. When you're in Arizona, you need your air conditioner. I know a few people that don't, but I do. It's like living in Colorado in the wintertime. You need your heater. And then these turn out pretty. I like that color, and it just kind of brings it all the way around. Because you want to bring all colors from the bottom to the top, and from the side, over here to over here. So, what shall we do next? Okay, let's do these here, I think. Oh, here they go. I thought I left them out. And I didn't, so let's see if we can find them in this jar. Seemed like I used a light color. Not that one. Maybe Orange Lake and peach. Oh, no, that was something different. That was a whole different thing. Okay, so it was orange and let's see if this is the color. It gets a little darker. Let's see if this is it. No, we'll just stick with this one. This is close enough. And then we also used, I believe, the green gold. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So I think let me sharpen it. It looks, if not, it's really close. You can't tell by this because any color will color it up. cover it up. So I just went all around the edges. Like that. And then I just kind of went lightly in a little bit. Just like that. And then I brought my orange. And actually I did the orange first on all of those. And you just keep coloring. I'm going to switch, and I'm going to blend this again. Okay. Now I'm going to go all the way up into that orange. And just let it blend. You're really not changing much of that color of the orange, and we'll go over that one more time. But you're just blending, blending, blending these two together. Like that. And then I just came back in. I didn't go to the edges. I just stayed more in the middle and just brightened that color back up a little bit. Like that. Okay. So let's do these. Go over that little light one that I did. And then we'll come in and get my cushion. Just like we did before. I'm just blending, blending, blending these two together. Now I'm going to come all the way in. And come back with my orange. Just brighten that center part back up. Okay, so we got one more here. And we'll start with our orange again. And if you can remember, go really lightly and not go dark like I did when you get down to the bottom. And it'll blend a lot easier. So right in here we want it darker. But then we want to start lightening up and lightening up. And it'll blend better. Then we come back in here and darken it. And then lighten up. Lighten up. Okay, now we're going to come in with our green gold. Seems like most of the books I have to do with greens. But now I'm stocked up on my green colors for my Prisma. So I'm happy. And I should be able to color for quite some time now. Just like that. Okay. So I think these little leaves, we're just going to color them in with this color. And then if we want to, we can just give it a hint of the orange, like it's coming into its maturity. Just a hint. And then blend it back out with your green. So you want to make sure you do it real light. Okay. So now, I guess we need to do this one. Just a hint. And even though some of these look the same, I think we're going to switch them up a little more. Get some green in here. Okay. Let's pick some greens. That's kind of a blue green. What is this? This is more of a leaf green. This might work. Okay. The color we got. Oh, yeah. Castle Green Deep. Let's see what this is. Okay. And let's leave part of this leaf undone. And let's come in with let's see. This is darker. I don't think that will work. How about our sap green? Let's try that. I think that will work. And we'll just kind of go back over it. Like that. I'm thinking here. Sometimes when I'm coloring, I'm thinking about what to do next. I'm not sure the sap green is really my best choice. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we need to do something different. As easy as that. The only thing when you erase, there's still some color underneath it, so. I think we need to go lighter, something lighter. Let's try this one. Leaf green. So we got such a dark color. That's better. Like that. So let's try it. He's a young leaf, so he's really green. They mix well together. So I'm just trying to let it shade itself. doing heavier on the outside, and then just with a light touch, just going around and around and around and around, and just let it do its own thing. On this side, I'm just letting it blend together easily, and here I'm going to pull down and press that color in there. And then again, I'm just going to go around and around and around, real light, like that. Just keep going, but go lighter. You're going to okay. Like okay. We just got a few more little leaves left to do. Going light over that green where I got it. Heavier here. I can go a little heavier right in there. Not much, just a little. And then just use a light, light, light. You notice as soon as I say light, my hand moves back. My hand is obedient. I just think these two colors blend so well together. This is kind of a blue-green, but it's a lighter blue-green than some of them are, which makes it nice. Because usually it doesn't take much and your picture turns dark. I was watching a Hallmark movie, I think it was last night. And she was a painting artist, but he was a pencil artist. And I thought, interesting. And that's what he did. He was with pencils. It was a good little movie. You know how Hallmark is. They fell in love. And at the end of the show, they kissed. Okay. Let's see. I think we use sap green. It's leaf green. Deep green. What happened to my sap? There it is. And I use a little yellow on the other side. So we're going to do the same thing to these. On the top side, I'm putting a little bit yellow. And these little leaves. I think the leaves take longer than anything else. Did I get them all? No, I missed them. There we go. Now I got them all. I did. How about, let's put a little yellow at the end here. I'm just gonna, this is sap green, and I'm just gonna solidly fill this little skinny line in. This is where you could use your 3 colors and make this little vine highlighted. So you would put the dark at one end, dark at the other end, like that, and you could come in with a medium color. And then come in with a light color right in the middle. And you're just highlighting it. It's that rule of 3 colors. A dark, a medium, and a light, which you use on almost anything you want to highlight. I didn't make that one yellow. Oh well. Okay. Now we're just going to real lightly fill these in. And not, you can go over the yellow a little bit, but leave it some of its brightness. We're just lightly coloring without a heavy hand. And we're just leaving that little yellow. I'm not even going over it. Just like that. That looks pretty. We're almost there. we got them all. Yay. All right. So let's get some green in here too. And I think we're just going to go ahead and use this same sap green. And I'm just going to lightly come in here. This sap green seems to leave blotches. I don't know why, but it does. Different colors kind of do that sometimes. What I found. If it's the same color over and over doing that, then you gotta assume it's the color. Okay. I just thought I heard some birds chirping. Okay, I must be in the color zone, as somebody said. I get off in the color zone. She was teasing me. And you do. You kind of get quiet. Oh, we just got a few more. Okay. I guess we should make these like the other ones. And I think I'm looking to see. We'll make them a little bit different. I think. Let me sharpen this one. We've kept our little theme going here pretty good. Let's see how this looks. It's kind of a gold, so we're using Cad Yellow Deep on the ends. And in the center. And our Orange Lake. If you press really light, you can get them to blend better. Let me get a drink. Okay. The color of the birds, it reminds me of my son. Turned his garage into a, what would you call a bird sanctuary thing? Half of his garage, he had a double car garage. So he built a wall and he There was a door that went from his kitchen to his garage, and it was pretty cool. He had 3 German Shepherds, and he built a doghouse on the other side of the garage where the dogs could go in. Out of the weather when he wasn't home. He was always building something. He passed away in 2017, the night before my birthday. I do miss him, but I know one day I'll see him again. He was a good son. My daughter and I both miss him very much. He was an ornery little character, though, I'll tell you. Let's go permanent green. He was by no means a little guy. Oh, that's pretty, huh? That adds a different color. Like that. I was going to see what. I picked this castle green again. I was just going to see if it'll. It's too close to the same color. That's okay. It always adds a little bit. So I'm just going to fill these in. Let's see if I make a little highlight what happens. That worked okay, huh? Do it again. Oh my gosh, we're almost to our birds. The funnest part. I always try to save the funnest part for the end. Not that I always do. But when things start filling in around them. And then you put the coloring down. They just, like the other little bird. Oh my gosh, he turned out so cute. And I should remember the name of these bird, cockatiels. There we go. That's what these two are. I'm not sure what the other one is on the other page. My son had tons of little cockatiels and baby ones. They all loved him. They'd sit on his finger and talk to him. How he got started with all that was he bought me a set of, at a garage sale of all places, of 2 little lovebirds. They were so pretty. He ended up taking them over. Talk about crazy cat people, ladies. He knew some crazy bird ladies. They took over their whole house, upstairs, downstairs, kitchens. They had a room. That one I went over there. They had just a room for 2 chairs and a TV. I don't think they could even cook. Those turned out pretty. All right, let's start with these little cockatiels. The first thing I thought about was their little head things were yellow. So we're going to use this golden yellow. And then we're going to soften it down with something. What is this? Okay, let's try this. This is Primrose. I keep hitting the edge of my book. Nope, that ain't gonna work. That is not. Let me look in my case and see what we got. All right, here, something I wanted. Cad yellow. Because this yellow is just too bright. And these don't blend the same way, so I'm taking it off. Of course, you know you're not going to get it all off, but you'll get enough so we can make it. All right, now let's try this. Yeah, this is better, much better. I'm not bashful about taking off color. Maybe right here. Okay. So I'm thinking I'm going to put some green on them. But what color green would truly look good on them? Let's try the jade green. Their bellies are usually yellow, so let's try this. It's a pretty color. And let's make their little belly, his little belly yellow. And then I think I'm going to add a little bright yellow right down the center. Make his little toes this color. And what do we got? Cad deep yellow. Let's see if we can. I'm just trying to. These colors don't blend as well. Okay. Okay. So right. So now what do we want to do? I think let's just put some of this green. This is leaf green light. I'm going to put a little bit of that on him. And I'm thinking. What color should we make his head? What do we got? What is this mauve? Let's put a little mauve on him. Guess he doesn't have to look real. We just want him to be very pretty and colorful. It's a pretty soft color, isn't it? Kind of darken it around the edges is what I'm trying to do now. Okay. And around his little eye, let's bring some more of this jade green in. That's such a pretty color. Not all the way around, just like that. And we could put it in his lower part of his wings. hard to tell. I think that's his tail feather, and this is the other side. Like that. Makes him pretty. Now we need something extraordinaire. Let's bring his head color down here. And we could make these two little feathers. These are those long little feathers they get sometimes. And now we can do, I think, around his eye a little more. And let's bring back our gray. Just like that. And I knew I left it out. Let's make his little eye bigger. And he's got that little piece on the top. I think needs something really bright. Like that. Make it stand out. Okay. Guess we better put some of this color in there too. Right on his little shoulder. It's such a pretty color. And I see, like here too. And on there's underneath here. Right in there. Make sure we get to the very corners. That's what makes your picture prettier. So now I think we're going to come back with our Cad Yellow Deep. Do these little lines here. And this one. Like that. I think we're going to just do the inside of his wing like that. And what did I do with it? Here it is. Just edge it. Just a little bit. Okay. Tip its little wings with this darker color. What color should we make that? So we bring back our I think that'll work. But he needs his little bill colored. So we need a darker color. Where? Here we go. Let's try the yellow ochre. Just a little bit there. I'm going to put a little bit here. And a little bit on his feet. Little toenails. Like that. So now, I think right in here, need some highlighting. Just a little bit. Just to make it like that. And then where's the darkest? The darker teal blue. I think I'll do the same thing here, right at the top. Right under this little head here. And then just kind of blend it down and don't go more than halfway maybe. Like that. And I'm going to come back in with the color we used and go from the bottom up. I think that's pretty. Okay. So I'm thinking about his little headdress there. When did we use this one? Yeah. Okay, the cad yellow. And I just want to tip his feathers just a little bit at the end. Just a little bit like that. See how when you go the extra mile, it just starts making him blend better and giving him a little extra and some of these colors that were like this, you can't hardly see it, but it will add just that little touch. And if that color doesn't work, try a little different one. Okay, now we got it. Yellow ochre. So we just want to hint just a hint. Down here on his tail feathers, just bring it up a little bit. Like that. And I think I like him. I think we're going to call him done. Let's see what we can do with his little friend. So, we could, what is this, cat yellow? Can't remember if that's what we use, but that's what we're going to use on him. It's a little darker orange. Like that. All right, now where is our, here, back to our yellow ochre. And let's give him a little shading. Okay. So his belly is kind of weird, the way he's drawn. So let's put some yellow ochre going down. Grab his little toes while we're here. Okay, that's okay. Let's bring back our cad yellow. I'm just going to go over the top of it. Kind of blending it all together. Like that. Okay. So, whoops. Let's use this emerald green. We'll start out on his head. Make it a little deeper around his eye. Right around the edges. Okay, and let's do the bottom. Feather like that too. Make it darker in the edges. Okay. And let's see, what other colors do we have that we like? Let's see if we got something different in the book. Let's add a little opera rose. All right, now this is kind of weird. So what did they do here? Isn't that weird? I don't know how how to fix this, because it's definitely not right. It is very weird. So it's almost like they were trying to make this his mouth. I don't know. All right, I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to leave it. Let's put the opera right here. And I'll come back to that. See if I can think on that one a little bit. Just a little bit of pink. Let's put some of it in here. Maybe right there. Maybe a little in this tail feather. I'm thinking it just isn't right. Okay. We need something pretty now. I don't want to put too much pink. How about some pretty cobalt turquoise? A little bit. There. Let's go ahead and make finish it up like that. I like this color, so I think we'll just bring this in here. Maybe we'll bring how about our teal jade green? I just want him colorful. I wish I'd have noticed his face before and I could have worked on it, but I'm trying to figure out what to do. It's just kind of weird, isn't it? Kind of stumps you like, okay, now what do I do? Alright, well, let's add a little of the... Oh, that's just what I did, isn't it? What did I have in my hand? Jade. Oh, okay, jade. This is the teal blue. We're going a little deeper. And just go a little bit on the top. And I think we'll go ahead and do the yellow for his whoops, sorry. Okay. And I think we'll come around with some and where'd it go? There it is. Fix his little eye. Well, I don't see any way of fixing it except for just make it part of his face. No, that's not what I wanted. It's funny how you can take any color and just change things up. Well, I guess his face is okay, and it just doesn't look right to me. And maybe I made a big deal out of nothing, huh? Oh, we need I'm just shading wherever I think with whichever color is in my hand. It just keeps changing the color, changing the little bird. Kind of like that. Wow. up with anything for the background whatsoever. So I think we're just gonna make it more. I'm just getting rid of all my pencils to get out of the way. I think we're gonna just use a chalk background. I don't want to take away from the birds. I think they're really pretty. I got everything out of the way. I think I do. Okay. So I just think it turned out really, really pretty. So let's just see. I want my chalks, and it's probably underneath my big box. Just getting everything out of the way. Just getting a couple of little pads. And I've had these little they're for what do you call it? Stenciling. We'll try those. So now I just need my knife. Get these off the side, and now, as most of you know, I keep in my little tin boxes different supplies that I have, and these are my chalks. So, my little makeup brushes. Got one down in here. I don't know where it should go. So what color blue do we want to make the background, or what do we want to do with the background? I think do a little mixing. Where's my brush? Get everything out of there and clean it. Let's move you up a little higher so you can maybe see a little more. Okay. And I can see it a little more. So maybe, I just don't want to take away from my birds. That's my main thing. Is I think this turned out so pretty that I don't want my background. And some of these chalks, the ones that you would really like to work, don't work. And let's start with this kind of a gold color. And let's see what happens. I'm going to try this. Oops. making little circles. Maybe we don't need to have a full background. How about that? What if we're just going to add some color? Not a lot, just a little. So let's add some more. These aren't like the cotton pads, you can kind of pick it up. But they work. I kind of like that. I don't know if you can see the color, but it's just kind of a light goldy looking. Not going to go all the way to the bottom, and I'm not going to go all the way to the top. I'm just going to keep rubbing it in. Alright, I do. That's exactly how we're going to leave it. I'm not done yet, but that's what we're going to do. And I'm not going to add any other color because I don't want it to take away from my birds. I should have a Kleenex to wipe my hands so I don't smear it. I'm just making circles. Round and around and around we go. Where we stop and nobody knows. All right, I think I'm going to stop. Let me shake this off by my trash can. And I will dust it off a little more. I will take this outside and I will spray it with my... Gosh, I remember at Christmas I was so scared what to do, what not to do. Because somebody said this and somebody said that. And now, it's just not gonna bother me. So, this is our picture that we've spent 2 days on. Let's see if I can get it all in there. Sorry, don't have the best setup. Okay. Let me see if I can pick it up so you can see, because sometimes when I get it closer, you can get a better view of what the colors really look like. In the background, sometimes you can't even see the background very well. I think it all turned out very, very, very pretty. And I like just that little tinge of yellow. Not much, not a lot. Just a little. And he turned out so pretty, didn't he? I just love him. Okay, well, that is that for part 2. And I thank you for watching. And as I always say, let's find someone, just someone to be kind to today. Someone, if it's a smile, if it's you sure look pretty today, you look nice. And, you know, I love you. If I haven't told you lately that I love you, tell them. Let's start with us being kind to someone. It starts with us. We can change our world by starting to be kind to each other. And I think that's the most important thing. Let's be kind. Okay? If no one's told you today, they appreciate you, they love you, let me be the one to tell you. I do appreciate you all. I truly do. And I thank you very much. And I love you all. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Share if you want to share with your friends. You know, you never know who you could get to start coloring and start enjoying finding a fun hobby. I didn't really know anything about this until around Christmas time this year, 2023. Oh, that was 2022. But anyway, bless you all. I'll see you on the next adventure.